Hello YouTube, this is NTS07 here doing another top 5 video. So earlier this year I made a video on my top 5 Persona 5 waifus, and I definitely wanted to do more of these tier lists, not really more like top 5s, for the other Persona games. And the only real Persona game I played ever since 5 is Persona 4, well specifically Persona 4 Golden. And I think now is a really good time to finally make a follow-up video to the original and count down my top 5 Persona 4 waifus. Now, I'm going to obviously be taking a look at how attractive they are, whether it be physically or how attractive their personality is. Oh, and also, by the way, this video is completely a joke. Please do not take any of this stuff seriously. This is 100% a joke, so yeah. Although placements on this list will kind of be actually true, this is overall a big joke. But anyways, let's kick off this list. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we've got Shea Satanaka, or Shea Satanaka, whichever one you want. Now, Shea is obviously, as you could probably tell, the first girl party member you get in your group. And for the first girl, she's not too bad. She has a very upbeat personality, and if you couldn't really tell at this point, she's a tomboy. She likes kung fu movies, and she also practices kung fu moves. So if you're into tomboys, you'll definitely like her personality. And she's just kind of upbeat and a really good person to hang around. And while her social link isn't the best thing ever, as it's pretty much just her wanting to train harder, although there is that one point where she does save the kid from the bullies, she does at the very least train herself a little bit more, although it isn't the best social link by far. And in terms of looks, she's alright, not the best out of them all, but she definitely has her appeal, and well hell, that's pretty much the reason she's even here. Overall, Shea is a really good character that is well deserving of the number 5 spot on this list. And at the number 4 spot, we've got Yukiko Amagi. Yukiko is actually the first character that ends up getting thrown into the TV that you actually rescue. Because, well, there were some other people that got thrown in before, they died. This is the first character that you actually have to save. And might I add the fact that her dungeon theme might be one of the better ones in the game. And I'm not just talking just the idea of a castle, I'm talking the music too. And the reason why she even has a shadow is because of the fact that she just doesn't want to run the inn anymore, which we'll get into in a little bit. And while it isn't the most relatable thing ever, it definitely is kind of interesting to see how she kind of has these feelings of just wanting to get out of Inaba because of how trashy the place is and not being forced to run the inn for another generation. I'm pretty sure it relates to at least somebody watching this video. Actually, probably not. That's probably not true. But she isn't a very bad character at all. In fact, she's pretty good. Hence the reason she's even on this list. And in terms of her personality, she can be a bit of a blank slate after her dungeon when it comes to the story. But her social link definitely makes up for it, as her social link is much better than she is, as you really can tell how she kind of has this unknown whether she wants to continue running the inn or she wants to get out of a crappy place like Inaba. But she does eventually decide to run it because it just means a lot to her. Inaba, as trashy as the place is, it means a lot to her. She likes it a lot, and yeah. And of course, in terms of the looks, she's definitely the most elegant out of them all, with the long black hair. Overall, a Japanese beauty. Now, of course, there is one thing I ought to mention with her as well. The laughter. See, there are these points in the game where something that really isn't that funny will happen, and Yukiko will have this really intense laugh, which I'll just play a clip right now.
You're so funny, Shea. Oh no, my funny bone.
I know a lot of people find this laugh kind of annoying, but to be honest, am I the only one who finds this kind of funny? Yeah, it's probably just me. But overall, Yukiko is a really good character overall that really deserves a lot more love. And at number 3, we've got, of course, the Chad, Yunarakami. How could I not put him on this list? Seriously, how could I not put you on this list? Seriously, he's gotta be one of the most attractive waifus in Persona 4 by far. Well, let's go down this list. First of all, everybody loves him, and that's already attractive in a lot of ways. How is it that one guy can be pretty much loved by everybody? Pretty much everybody wants to get down and dirty with him. So that's already a very attractive thing that pretty much instantly puts him on the list. But then there's also his appearance in the anime. Now usually when it comes to Persona protagonists, they usually have a slight pinch of a personality. Whether it's like Persona 3 where Minato or Makoto has a bit of an edgy personality. And while in Persona 4, the game, or even Golden, Yu doesn't have that much of an interesting personality, the animation makes up for it. And while it doesn't do a lot, it definitely gives him enough to make him an interesting character. He definitely has a lot of funny moments, especially the King's Game moment, where he basically wins over all the ladies because
I can't, cause I'm the king.
Overall, Yunarakami is, well, definitely not the most interesting personality-wise. He's a protagonist. They don't really need to have that much of a personality now, do they? Yunarakami is great, man. And at the number 2 spot, we've of course got the idol, Risa Kujikawa. Oh boy. What do I really have to say about Risa? Well, first of all, might I mention that her shadow is, well, her shadow is very fine. Let's be fully honest here. This is probably the part of the game where everyone became speedrunners, let's be honest, because you didn't want your parents walking out on you playing through this dungeon, did they? And in terms of a personality, Risa is honestly really good. She is a bit clingy, but I don't really mind because she has a very upbeat personality. Kind of similar to that of Shea. She kind of has a lot of fun and really fun to hang around with. Even though she's an idol, it doesn't really matter much. Well, she doesn't look the best out of the girls, honestly. It makes up with her personality. She definitely has a very good personality, although there are 2 things that I do have slight issues with. One is her social link. Her social link has a very similar trait to that of the other ones, most notably Yukiko's, where she essentially doesn't want to be an idol and she kind of wants to just stop. But then at the very end of the social link, Risa decides, you know what, I'm going to just be an idol. I feel like you really got to pick and choose and stick to that, to be completely honest. And second, I don't necessarily, it's not the biggest deal, but I don't necessarily like the moments where they really try to push Risa in the story. You know those parts I'm talking about. But it's not that big of a deal, and that doesn't really hurt her at all. It's more so just stuff surrounding her. But Risa overall is a really good character, really fun to hang out with, great personality, really fine design, and yeah, the only question is, who can beat it? Now, at the number 1 spot, we've of course got the best waifu of Persona 4. I mean, you guys already know this, so I'm no point in delaying the inevitable. Kanji Tatsumi. How on earth could he not be at number 1? First of all, his shadow, very similar to Risa's, is very, let's just say, fine. Overall, Kanji's design is really good because it really goes into his personality. How he basically has this aura of, oh, I'm a tough dude and I'm maybe like pretty strong, but in reality, Kanji's actually very soft and actually is really likable and honestly likes cute things, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people can understand and relate to. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there will throw on a different personality just so that way they can be accepted, because maybe they don't feel that they are accepted themselves with the way they really are, which I'm pretty sure, which Kanji does very well. And overall, Kanji's just so much fun to hang out with. He has a really good personality. You really want to hang out with him. And while he can act a bit crazy at times, he definitely does get better, especially through the social link, where he makes the stuffed animal for the kid. And even, I believe, makes more of them, which is really good to see. Seriously. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, everybody knows this. And legally, by law, Kanji is the best waifu of Persona 4. But those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? What are your 5 favorite waifus in Persona 4? Or your waifu in Persona 4? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more content like this, for some weird reason, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.
It's showtime! Did you enjoy the show? Well, time for the highlight.